have an issue right now, and it's taking my life.
Many people get the belief saying a lack of basic amenities and poverty then they lead to depression and mental illness. Hello, welcome back again to Bod TV Board. In case the first time you're coming here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more uploads. Well, in this video, I want to tell Una the reason why we say mental illness and depression don't get anything to do with poverty, all for the reason say na lack of basic amenities. Talking about our Nollywood diva wey e just die, so many things dey responsible wey e fit lead to that sudden death. One, e fit be say na fear of say something don happen to person wey dey close to you. E don happen repeatedly. Probably she don go church, many pastors go don promise am say you no go die but you shall live. They don quote Bible give am, but this fear wey be say e go still dey inside her mind, wey go dey remind her say your sisters and your brothers don't go, your father don't go, your daughter don't go. What you see they do? Just go join them. So that thought alone go they remind her all the time. Even when she won't try happy on her own, that thought go they come of say it's time for her to go. So there are so many things we be say e go dey responsible for her. They remember say she lost her beloved daughter, wey e be like sister to her, wey be say two of them grow together. Imagine pikin wey you get at the age of 14 years. 14 years, she never will become a adult at all. So imagine pikin we get at the age of 14 years, two of them can grow up together as sisters. Then all of a sudden, within a twinkle of an eye, because she undergo a tumor operation and the next week go the year say she don't die. How you want to recover from that kind of shock? How you want to become your human being again? But the world go expect you, make you carry on, and let bygone be bygone, forget it, move on. How? It's impossible for you to move on. Definitely, we will see depression creeping in, and definitely we'll begin to see the mental health becoming worse than every day. Because why? Our society, Nigeria, now they talk about mental health. In fact, you know who they are record. The only way they are record now be say they want to make the one president come out there for poverty, make job day, make light day, make the economy day good, make money they flow. Because everybody get this mentality say the more money we get, the lesser problem we get. But is that true? I leave that one for you to answer. Here within the World Health Organization, WHO, talk about Nigeria. They say 1 in every 4 Nigerians get mental illness. Nigeria is about 200 million population. Divide that by 4. We're going to get 50 million people where it is suffer from mental illness. Wetin they can't talk, we be say can't really shock me. They say Nigeria not even they equipped. That one I be the English they use. They're not even ready. They never even smell and not to talk of even nearer to tackle the problem of mental illness. Wetin the thing can really shock them past now be say Nigeria is the 7th largest country in the world. I not say 17 though. 7th largest country in the world. In fact, Nigeria has the highest case load in the whole of Africa. Nigeria has the highest case load of depression, and they could rank them to be the 15th in the world in the frequency of suicide. So what will not they talk about? Now they can't even go deep into their healthcare system, especially the psychiatric one. We be say now those one they involved in the mental illness issue. They could find out say now only 150 centers then they tackle the problem of mental illness for a population of 200 million. Only 150 centers. Now, what do you expect from such center? That means one doctor will attend to almost approximately about 80 to 90 patients a day. Hey God. Hey. You say when something happen, we call the hear wuru. Some they say na poison, na kill her. Some say na so they throw one stone, give her, and she see her for up, she dodge down, but e not dodge and reach. Na so she take collapse. We call the hear some kind stories. Say be say e no make sense. My people, wanna beware of what they talk about the dead. When you don't have a fact, don't come out and start saying rubbish. It might be hypertension due to stress. She collapsed all of a sudden. A lot of things might be responsible. If it be say na blood clots, right? If it be say na cardiac arrest, there may be a lot of things. If it be say na seizure, if it be say all of a sudden a system shut down, it wasn't responding. If it be say before they rush and go hospital, it took time, and within that space of time, something happened and the situation became worsened, and which led to her death. So a lot of things where be say it did inside this issue we feel lead to her death. First of all, I fit and say fear. Fear is an element to be say if it kill her, because this woman, she has gone through a lot. We know she's a fighter, but because of our society not they support some certain issues. They not they assist in some certain issues. If this woman was in a group of community we involve the same people wey dey under depression or we get this mental illness, then she can be able to share her story. She can be able to talk her way through, to still share and let. But our society will not respect all those kind of things. If we come and when they talk, as far as now which they don't want to hear, nobody go over view her. Now she's having more views, right? Because she's dead. But who they go view her before? Who they go share her one before? If this woman became very popular after the death of her child or the death of her siblings, maybe that could have even encouraged her. But what do we see? What do we see? Yet they find am say she not turn up for wetin she supposed turn up, for her act wey she supposed turn up, come act. This woman come out, they cry. They cry. You know say somebody dey depressed, but yet you still want make she come fulfill her role. This one na the society wey we dey talk. Society will not recognize the depression and mental health they exist. For Western world, might use UK for example, because anything else, I don't want just go America on. Me no be like say I too waka too far. Might just use UK as an example. If person get problem, he can't go hospital. They can collect data from her, like subjective data, which you want talk, which you say they do you. If you can talk say na so your knee they pain you, na so your heart they make they shake, or you can talk say na so also headache na you they get, and na so you they test. Your clothes on the size you again. So they talk. They don't really know what they do you. They don't they calculate what they do you. They come and say, okay, you they work. You come to say you they work, but money they work, they reach. You come and say, okay, what about your husband? You say your husband say they work, but money when they receive, not they reach. You come to say, hey, okay, how many children you get? You come to say, now 8 children I get. How many rooms on the stay? 3 rooms. They come to check and they write. As they talk, they write everything down. Oh. Now, as they talk, they don't know your problem immediately. But first of all, they will take your vital signs to say maybe which they talk, whether they suspect anything. You understand? So after that one, last, you know me people involved for your case. Not be 5, or not be 6, not be 7. This is what we call multidisciplinary team. You see all those things where you just talk, say like they pay you. They'll go call them. Physiotherapists go there, occupational therapists, they there. We be say the one can check that your leg, why you know the waka. That way they talk now, so your mouth they dry. Now so your cloth don't they tight you. Now so all the time you they feel tasty. They don't they suspect diabetes. The diabetes number 2. They don't they suspect another thing they involved in that one. Now that way they talk say you money where they receive now so you know they reach. Now so you get 8 children and 3 bedroom now a day. They don't social worker don't they there. Maybe as you see they talk. Maybe that your heart they come they suspect say it be like say you get maybe your right heart, not they pump blood, they go the lungs. They constantly suspect something there. They constantly bring another thing where they call pulmonary hypertension. Maybe at last if you can do heart catheterization for you, that one constantly there. You see, so there are a lot of people involved in one person's case. It not be like Nigeria. You go hospital, only one doctor, then go be surgeon, then go be dentist. Now it go be therapist. Now it go be everything. Is impossible. Not possible. It's not possible because all these things they don't put them in place for abroad. Maybe at last, they come talk say for all this problem when you get, definitely you must get mental health. Even if you not talk, But because say you don't get all this issue wey they all analyze, so they must suspect say you don't get mental health because all the time you are thinking about your pain. You are thinking about that you're not having enough money, you are not having enough rest. They will definitely sense some say you go get mental health, and they'll still give you mental health nurse wey be say will they follow you up. Activities, things wey be say you go dey see, wey be say you go dey grow you up. Remember, your pastor no fit bring you come out for mental health. That will not be job. That's not his job. There are specialists involved in mental health. It exists and it is true, whether you like them or not. I've seen people wey be say wetin dem dey talk to them is really right, but they are not well. And government go recognize and say, yes, this people not well. But our country, Nigeria, is opposite. They will push you go to the extent, say they will suffer you, suffer you, suffer you. Instead that you suffer, you can't discover your talent. Then you can't come out for joy because they say, praise the Lord. If not that Nigeria suffered me, I could have not known that I would become a billionaire. Because of the suffering taught me how to suffer and suffer and suffer and not to become rich. So if it works for you, it may not work for another person. So our country knows how to frustrate you. Instead of frustrate you, you can begin to think of the process to come out to become rich. But remember, it's not everybody that comes out successful from that stage of being depressed, of looking for something to do, or looking for how they should come out from that depressive state to become rich. Not be everybody 90 days successful. Because it is our Nollywood actress Ada Amenh, because she dey popular, now we take hear say this kind thing dey happen or this kind thing dey happen to her. That one show to us say if it fit happen to her, she will be celebrity. It don say happen to millions of people wey be say you and I no know about. When it happen to Genevieve, the thing be like joke. If Genevieve not get the resources, she not get the gallant way to take, transport herself, move herself away, maybe probably another story now would a year. Because the pressure is too much. Pressure wey dey this word on its own, it's too much. Not to talk of the ones wey be say your own work go come join, your papa own go join, your mama own go join, your children own go join, your husband own go join, your everybody dey involved in your life all come join. Wetin dey talk go join, wetin you wan wear go join, wetin pastor talk go join, wetin person not talk go join. Just imagine, now this art e just small, e just dey there. So just imagine say this woman she dey bear all those pain all along. Maybe she still get one pikin for one side, that way they console her, then she might be able to say, okay, let me live for this child. But because there was nothing, the depression was like, how I want to talk the thing come worse past be careful. No be everybody wey do makeup, come out, paint mouth, carry human hair, na im dey okay o. People are going through a lot. Mind what you tell people. Don't talk anyhow. Don't tell, you look too fat, or you look too slim, you are too short, or you are too tall, look how you are smelling. No, be careful of the words you use for people. Be selective, because your word fit kill person. Your word fit go make person jump for river because of that single word. Because maybe to you just said it and you didn't have any meaning attached to that word. But it might be that is the 5th time the person is hearing that word that day. Your own will come make the number 5 or number 6. So what do you think say that word go do to that person? So mind the negative word you tell people, because it goes a long way. Instead of you telling someone, oh, you are too big, you are too fat, you are too ugly, you are too sluggish, why don't you just appreciate them and say you are too beautiful? Tell them the opposite. You're fat and you're gorgeous, you're looking beautiful. It's good when you are, tell people words they want to hear. It's better off than telling them the bitter one. You can only tell them the bitter one when you know you love them and you're correcting them for good, not to like make them to begin to look down on themselves. My people, I don't give enough of this word because this woman is an actress, as I said earlier. That's why you're hearing about this thing. It's been happening. It has happened to millions of Nigerians. It's happening to millions of people all over the world. The government is helping them to control it. But Nigerians, we are worsening it with our mouth. with our government, and with things around us. Thank you so much for being there. I'll see you in my next video. This is Bod TV, but please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more uploads. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.